Good morning, Northern Michigan, and welcome to Friday Faceoff here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY. Jerry Coyne and Rich Calkins live in studio. I don't believe Gordo is joining us today. He's already taking his holiday time. I'm going to have to sack him. Rich, what's your panic meter for the Detroit Lions?
Boy, I tell you, still not full-on nuclear yet, but the one positive coming out of that Philadelphia game, really excited about how well the defense played, for sure. But, of course, offensively, the offensive line, the way Jared Goff looked, all of that, there are certainly some concerns there because there are some really good defensive fronts in the NFC. And so we will, if we want to be a playoff championship, if we want to try to get to the Super Bowl, we're going to need to improve along that offensive line there with better blocking schemes, better offensive play calling, whatever the case may be. But that was as bad.
Nothing overcomes. I don't think that there was a problem with blocking schemes or whatever. It was pretty obvious watching that game that the Philadelphia defensive line is way better than the Lions offensive line.
No
the
question.
Exact same thing happened last night with the Houston D line just completely over. In fact, it was eerily similar to that game, other than the fact that, obviously Jared Goff is not nearly as mobile as
Jared Allen or
Josh
Allen, yes, Jared Allen.
But that mobility didn't serve him very well.
Not at all. And 8 sacks, I think it was last night that he took. And like you said, as mobile and big as he is, that was a tremendous performance by that Texas defense. I mean,
Will Anderson was a wrecking machine last night.
And then you have Hunter on the other side, too, is when two really good defensive ends combined with solid D tackles, all of a sudden you get ahead in a ball game, here we go, baby.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Yes.
And this seems to be a theme for the NFL. Defenses are dominating this year.
They are.
Denver took it to KC with a dominant defensive front, like you mentioned up front here. The Lions defense played very well against the Eagles. I don't know what's going on with their offense. Put some injuries on a really good offensive line. The Lions are having the same issue. Who knows who's going to start on the O-line in this game?
Yeah.
Everybody but Sewell is listed on the injury report in some fashion or another.
And that's surprising because we knew he got dinged up the game before with shoulders and lower leg injury and stuff, and he didn't look quite 100% because I tell you what, Jalen Phillips played pretty well against Penei Sewell.
Well, this is what I was going to talk about, and Gordon's not here, but what we said about the trade deadline came 100% true.
Exactly.
Lions didn't make a move. They should have done whatever they could to trade for Kevin Zeitler and bring him back.
I agree.
And I don't believe right now as presently constituted, and no help is coming unless the guys just get better. This team is not going to win a Super Bowl.
No. Certainly not playing anything close to that. What we saw on Sunday, that was brutal.
Who was it that Chris Collinsworth talked about it, and I think it's part of the reason. What is going on with Amon-Ra St. Brown? How many balls have hit his hands in the last 5 weeks that he doesn't catch now?
Whereas before, he caught everything. Everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it was well known he had the best hands in the NFL. And this year, it's like he's got the yips almost. I mean, it is wild.
I know some of the passes weren't perfect.
Yeah.
But there was at least, he was targeted 8 times in that football game and made 2 catches.
Yeah. It's like he had zero impact on the game.
Yeah.
And you don't say that a whole lot with Amon-Ra St. Brown in the Detroit Lions.
And it's a different football game because most of those catches or passes were on third downs that we normally convert,
Exactly.
and we didn't. And so it either we punted then or we tried again on fourth down. And of course, most people know that we were 0 for 5 on fourth down, which has only happened twice in the Dan Campbell era where they didn't convert any fourth downs, leading to a lot of speculation on what the hell's going on.
Right. And it tried the fake punt. Of course, they let Philadelphia. That was a bad call because Philadelphia kept their base defense out there.
Yeah.
When their base defense is out there, that means they know you're going to try. So don't do it.
Yeah, you could have taken a delay of penalty. You didn't even have to take a timeout there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Take the delay because they left their base defense out.
And that did lead to a field goal by the Eagles in that game, which was important. But you know, Campbell pointed out in his press conference, and it's so true. The defense bailed them out of a lot of problems. I mean, given the field position that the Lions spotted the Eagles most of the game, they should have got their asses waxed.
Yeah, no question.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have easily been a 37-7 type game.
Well, the defense played very well.
Yeah, I mean, they stopped the tush push, 4 out of 5 times?
Something like that.
I mean, that's incredible. I mean...
Well, they didn't stop it all the time. The Eagles jumped off sides twice on their own and then pulled it back.
Referees have been made aware of, we look at the film, they jump a lot. And so, but kudos to that defense for getting put on a short field most of the game and coming up big. They really did.
Speaking of referees, it was amazing to me the uproar. I guess because it was a standalone game against two of the best teams in the NFL. That Get Up and everybody else kind of led with the fact that was one of the worst pass interference calls in recent memory, and there's been a lot of them.
There have been.
I don't know what. Can the NFL just continue to pull a complete blind eye to what's going on with officiating in the NFL?
No, they can't because it
well,
comes...
Well, they are, though.
I know, that's the thing. You would think at some point there's going to be such a pushback or backlash that they need to try, whether you make them full-time employees, whatever you end up doing. I don't know if that's the answer, but that was... obviously, Detroit did a lot to not win that game. But that call at the end, though, was absolutely just brutal.
No, they did what they were supposed to do.
Yes.
And they were going to get another shot. A 114, 120 left. Obviously the offense, but they still made a lot of plays.
Mm-hmm.
It was not the consistency that you love to see that has been the hallmark of this Lions offense for the last few years. Just 5 yards after 7 yards after 9,
exactly.
Just chunk plays, no problem. But they did it a couple of times against the Eagles, and they one quick slant to Jamison Williams, and the game is over.
Yeah.
So the call was egregious, and with all the money that's being bet on this sport, I don't know what they can do.
That's part of the reason why it needs to get better, right? They do replay assists now, and that's when they can call and say, that was not pass interference. Say, look, that was a bad call. We cannot potentially decide this ball game on that call. The flag has been picked up. That's what I believe should have been done, because, again, they do it when there was other types of calls. Why not do it in the last couple of minutes on important calls like that? Because they're all in the command center watching it.
Yeah, but the thing is what in the last 2 minutes of a football game, coaches don't have a challenge.
Right.
And pass interference calls are not challengeable. Every single call that an official makes in a football game is a judgment call.
It is a judgment, yes.
Yeah. Unless like some horse collar tackles and some things are obviously 100% noticeable. But the old line is there's holding on every call, every play, or there's pass interference on every play. What the hell is pass interference? What is a legal catch? I mean, is it really this difficult? You know,
It's
maybe
like-
we should go back to the old rules, Rich, and you know, the players call the foul.
Right, exactly. Yep.
You know,
yep.
you played enough pickup basketball in
Exactly.
your life. You
Yep.
know, like, hey man, that was a foul.
Right. What are you talking about?
I mean, in some instances, I think we'd be better off.
I agree. Call your own. Yep, exactly. No, but again, but you hit the nail on the head. With the amount of money now that is involved in gambling and things like that, and calls being made that affect outcomes of games, that there's got to be something done. And I know the rule is, you know, right, coaches can't challenge in the last 2 minutes. But again, that is something that at the Brain Trust in New York, watching these games, when they look at all the different camera angles quickly, you know, don't go to the college thing where they bring that silly.
Especially,
just call it.
You know, like I think the main issue, the reason why it was so talked about nationally, is the fact that it was a standalone game, but it shut the door on the potential Lions comeback.
Yes.
You know, it wasn't a, you know, like in the end zone make or break call.
Right.
So why would you make that call and effectively end the game?
Exactly. Because we know these guys are human. They can be out of position at times. They could think they saw something, but again, with the luxury of looking at all the camera angles that we're able to do, it showed perfectly that was it Rocky in there that was covering.
Well, I mean,
there was no
look
pass
at,
interference.
Collinsworth went to the fact that is more OPI than
Yes.
defensive pass
The
interference.
extended pushing off.
Yeah.
The arm extended and pushing off the defender.
You know, those kind of calls, even when, you know, what was it? Was it just a 1-year period where you could challenge pass interference calls? Remember after the horrible New Orleans Saints call?
Oh, yes.
Versus the Vikings.
In the the NFC Championship game,
that's
wasn't
right,
it?
yeah.
It was
It was one of the. I mean, it was embarrassing.
Oh, that was
so
brutal.
the NFL the next year made it pass interference calls were challengeable, and I don't think they overturned one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and so the NFL just threw it out.
It's like all the refs got together and go, we need to stick together. We're not, you know what I mean? And then
it's you know, God, people
Just
went
get it
off on
right.
that. Yeah, like nobody wants to see. Nobody wants to see penalties.
Yes.
They bogged the game down. I mean, Al Michaels was just sick of it yesterday.
oh, he was.
You know, they've just got to do something. It's ruining the game.
It is. It is because it can slow it down. An exciting football game can totally get the brakes put on them and pull it back, and where it's like
When you have
unwatchable.
4 or 5 in a row. I mean, it's just like, come on.
Right.
And number one, I think there's too many officials on the field.
Right.
I think there should only be 3 officials on the field, maybe 4. 2 on the defensive side, 2 on the offensive side, and then you move more up to assist. I mean, Keith, you know, Gabe would sit in our. We always thought having 4 refs on the ice was insane.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's not enough room for
There's not
4
enough
on the
room.
ice.
There should only be 2 officials on the ice in an NHL game.
Yes.
You know, I don't know when it happened or why they did it. Because for all my basketball was 2 officials.
2 officials.
Now
yeah.
there's 3.
3.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't either.
You know, is the game better for it? No.
Yeah. Yeah, they want to try out those new whistles they get. And,
The only thing, you know, like I would love to have an interview with Roger Goodell because this is all I would talk about. I wouldn't ask him about anything else.
Right.
Is this a player safety issue?
Mhm.
You know, to keep calling penalties to ratchet down the
Right. Like you said, there's certain penalties that are obvious and you have to call them. There's no doubters, you know. But again, that ticky tack.
If it's a player safety issue, we still see brutal hits that don't get flagged.
Right.
It happened that, you know, the Anderson tackle when when Allen was
went down.
writhing on the floor. He got speared in the back of the neck.
Right.
I don't know why that didn't draw a flag.
And don't give me the player safety standpoint. Don't have games on Sunday, then Thursday.
Yeah.
And I mean, come on. We know that's a farce.
I mean, this is the first good Thursday football game that we've had all year.
It's exact because
Yeah.
usually that product is bad.
Yeah.
It's a bad product on Thursday nights.
I mean, give the NFL credit for at least on. Usually the schedule is bad too.
Yeah.
There's usually one powder
Yeah.
puff team is playing a dominant team.
Yeah.
The Lions are stepping into their traditional. This is why they started this. If we have 2 games on Thanksgiving, why don't we have games on Thursday? Look, I love seeing football more days than
Yeah.
not.
But
we get Maction on Tuesday and
I
Wednesday.
watched my Chippewas play and get a win over
and
Kent
next-
State.
Next week we're going to have 3 games on Thursday, a Friday game.
Oh, I know.
Then you got the last week of college football, and then so we're going to get
Oh, yeah.
like turkey stuffing. We're going to be packed with football.
All of that, and then you'll start seeing regular Saturday games in December when the NFL and all.
Mhm.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So it is. I don't know. Switching back to the Lions just for a second, Rich. We should have no problem beating the Giants,
Exactly.
but they do have 3 tremendous down linemen. Now, Abdul Carter has got to be one of the biggest disappointments.
Was he have a half a sack, I think, on the season or
and
so?
They benched him for part of the game.
Yeah.
Falling asleep in meetings.
Oh
didn't show up.
boy.
But then he made the I'm going to be better. I would watch out for actually Abdul Carter because he's got a lot of talent.
Yeah.
You and I were talking about should the Lions, make a
So-
bold move to move
Right.
up in the draft and bring him in. To this stage of the game, thank God we didn't do that.
Oh.
But it wouldn't surprise me if he went off on this game.
Sure.
Especially, you'd like to think maybe we can rest. I mean, Graham Glasgow is falling apart
Yep.
at the seams.
He is. I know.
And it's one of those self-fulfilling prophecies. The more you see on tape, the more you're going to exploit the problem.
Right.
And he's the problem,
Yeah.
or a large part of it.
It is. Exactly. And again, he was kind of thrown to the wolves. I think they were fully expecting Ragnow to come back. He just couldn't do it again. But I said a couple years ago that you couldn't expect. Ragnow's been beat up for a long time. He's going to probably. I wanted to draft a center 2 years ago, and I just think that he was going to play. He was scheduled to play right guard, I
think
believe.
there was a little thought in the Lions' mindset that you'll never hear that because it kind of was floated out there, and then Ragnow I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
After sitting out the first couple of months of training camp and everything else, well, maybe he feels better and he wants to come in and help his buddies. That's it's the old thing. Ragnow's not walking back in that door.
Right.
And
Right.
I don't. The center position, you can't chip it.
No.
No, I mean, maybe you can. Maybe you can put a tight end right off the side of them there.
Right.
Or bring, what happened to our fullback that we had for all those?
Right. Or do something like what the Chargers have, that 300-pound fullback. Remember?
Or
Put Matlock, I think is his last name. And have him in the backfield
just put-
in a 2-back set, and then he's another offensive lineman
Yeah,
for you.
just line Brock right up there or
Yes.
Skipper there and just,
Yes.
because
those two, Davis and Carter, just dominated.
Well, we're going to see that. I mean, like I
yes.
said,
That
Brian
tape's out there.
Burns is the second leading sacker in the league.
Right, and they have
And-
Thibodeau.
yeah.
I mean, they got talented dudes.
They've got talented dudes up front, and you could see the Lions scheming for it, throwing a lot more screen passes to Gibbs, and I think you're going to see a lot more, one step back off JMO, the quick darts out to the outside. Michigan football kind of created that back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Where you had the one step, boom, throw it out to the outside to get that spread out a little bit.
Yes.
So that's what you're going to see.
Yeah. And then you're going to see defensive tackles get their hands up in the air more often because it worked well for Philadelphia. Once that tape's out there, it's a repeat league.
And I give Goff credit. The press conference that he had. Did you see that?
Yeah. He's a stand-up guy.
He did not say one bad thing about the offensive line. That's on me. I've got to do that, and we just missed some plays and everything else, and some of that's true. Like we went, like we said about St. Brown, he should have at least caught half the passes thrown his way. So 2 or 3 more catches.
Right.
Who knows what that does to the game? In a game that close.
Right. Even that one, I think it was the 4th on pass to J-Mo. It hit him in the knees, where usually St. Brown would go down on the ground to catch that, where J-Mo's a little taller. He didn't, get the body down to try.
There's 3 passes that hit with St. Brown in the hands.
Yeah, I know.
Now, maybe it was thrown with a little bit different velocity because Collinsworth kept saying he's just a half a second off. He's got to get rid of the ball when he does. Well, you got to help your quarterback out.
Yeah, and there was that one play where
he's the 5th highest paid wide receiver in football.
Amon-Ra read one thing and Goff read another. He's expect Amon-Ra to sit down in that zone, and Amon-Ra kept going, and Goff threw it right behind him because, again, they read different things. It's a read option play, but they read two. Usually you don't see that, but they see the same thing.
In the immortal words of Mike Tyson, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face
That's
100 times.
Right.
So there you go. When we return here on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, we'll take a look at the bigger NFL schedule. We got U of M at Wrigley Field. What a football game that was. Lots going on in sports, and of course, Detroit Pistons basketball. What did the Red Wings 5-0?
Oh, I watched a period and a half, and I can't get it back.
All right, we will be back after these words from our fine partners on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by tvcairport.com. If I can start this. Hold on. Here we go.
TVC's travel tip of the day. Now's the time to book your holiday and winter getaway, and TVC is ready to take you there. Whether you're visiting family and friends or chasing sunshine on southern beaches, TVC has the perfect flight for you. Fly nonstop to the sun on Allegiant, their ultra-low-cost carrier, or choose American Delta or United, getting you to every destination with just one stop. Seats are filling fast. Book your holiday and winter travel today. Explore all your flight options at tvcairport.com. tvcairport.com.
The Region 9 Area Agency on Aging presents a free caregiver seminar Friday, November 21st at the Crawford County Commission on Aging from 10 to 2. The seminar invites caregivers of all types to attend, whether caring for a loved one or professional care workers. Complimentary breakfast and lunch along with great prizes and giveaways. Registration is preferred, but walk-ins are welcome. Register at 989-358-4667 or email healthyaging@nemcsa.org.
Think you know football? Go head-to-head for prizes with the Traverse City Record Eagles' own pro, senior sports writer James Cook. Pick your winners for every Sunday NFL matchup at record-eagle.com. If you beat James, you'll be entered to win a weekly prize from our Record Eagle sponsors. Make your picks each week, plus get contest rules and details at record-eagle.com/NFL Pick'em. Can you show up one of Northern Michigan's most trusted sports voices? James Cook's NFL Sunday Pick'em at record-eagle.com. Who knew? Fresh air is a destination, a place to breathe in the lapping waves of Torch Lake and explore the tree-lined trails of Northern Michigan. A place to connect with nature and each other, one-on-one, in the waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. When you're looking to escape the everyday, breathe in the magic of Northern Michigan at Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
It's time for Destination NFL and NHL. Kevin Klein from TVC Airport joining me. Kev, what's happening at the airport?
Oh, we're getting ready for the Thanksgiving holiday season here coming up. People are starting to head to the airport and fly out this weekend for a week-long I'll call it vacation to kick off the holiday season. So travelers are starting to come, and it's getting ready. So it's exciting.
Yeah, it looks like the auxiliary parking lot to me looks done. I mean,
Yeah, it is pretty much done.
Yeah.
We just have some revenue control systems we're waiting on. But yeah, fencing went up last week, and so that's pretty much wrapped up. We have a few fixtures for lighting to come in and get wrapped up, and then some shelters for because we'll be busing people in here and the use of that lot. So all those things are still coming, but it'll be ready the first of the year, and we're excited because that just opens up our winter travel to get to sun and fun. And those Allegiant flights down to Florida are a hot commodity.
yeah,
So
you got to book those now. Those are going to start escalating rapidly.
They do. So it's if you're looking for flying in January and February, you can look at trips that are a couple $100 round trip. But spring break is already, those prices are going up because people have been booking. So it's plan ahead to get those times in that January, February, and early March time frame, and you can get some really hot prices.
Speaking of hot prices, the flight to Los Angeles for the Lions to see the Rams has been ridiculously cheap. Is that still under $300?
It still is under $300, $289.
Wow.
It's been holding at that. So I tell everybody, if now's the time to go to LA,
Yeah.
get that price, because normally a flight out west is $600 a plane.
I know.
To see it at $289, outstanding. That's both United and American holding that price.
That's one stop, right? From TVC
Yeah,
Airport?
So
Yeah.
one stop to Chicago on both, and then out to LA.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome. And then Minnesota coming up on Christmas is $424. You'll have also then this is I think if everybody's looking to see a nice cold game, it's Chicago on January 4th, $179. You can't drive there for that.
No. That is a great deal. That's you could spend New Year's in downtown Chicago and hang out for a couple of days and see the Lions beat the Bears, show them who's boss.
That's right. Heading into those playoffs. So that's it's going to be wonderful. The Red Wings schedule, a little bit different, a little more pricier in close, like going out to New Jersey next week. That's a little high at $917. Boston the week following, $663, and Columbus $537. But once you get out now to that 3-week period, going out to Seattle $359, Vancouver $525, and remember anything less than $1,000 going to Canada, as we've known in years past, is awesome. So you're looking at almost half price. $525 going to Vancouver, $600 going to Calgary, Edmonton $620. So that whole Canadian trip is pretty reasonable when you compare it to things. And then of course they get into Chicago at $179 again. So some awesome fares for December travel for our Red Wings.
Kev, all this info is available at tvcairport.com. I want to wish you and everybody at the airport a very happy Thanksgiving, and thanks for all your support here at the radio station.
Oh, you're very welcome, and thank you. We're very thankful for our partners with the team here, Q100, and everybody that's there, Rich and everybody. And we can't thank you enough for being great partners. And, our community, your listeners, our community, thank you very much, and have a happy Thanksgiving.
All right, Kevin Klein from tvcairport.com. We'll see you soon, bud.
Thanks.
All right, there you go. The place to check out. I mean, it's Cheryl and I were at the airport yesterday for a minute. I had to do something in the studio. It's the first time I've been there where it wasn't busy this whole year.
Is that right?
It was quiet, and Cheryl goes, "I thought you said the airport's been busy." I go, "Trust me."
Right. This is not a normal situation.
It was like 1 o'clock. There's only one flight going out on Thursday mid-afternoon, and that's when we were there. So, they make it so convenient.
Oh, it is. It is the absolute best place in the world to fly out of. It's amazing. The convenience is beyond, and now with great rates, and it's fabulous.
Yeah. Going back to the NFL schedule, Rich, not quite the same lineup that we had last week. Last week, there was just too many football games to follow.
Oh,
Great
it was.
games, yeah.
I mean, you had to not watch a good game because you're watching a great game.
Yeah. So, the Lions are getting 10.5 from the Giants. I think the Lions will figure out a way to score points.
Yeah, I think it's going to be kind of a bounce-back game offensively for this team. I really do. Jackson Dart's coming back from a concussion, I think, and he's scary because he'll run at a whim. He sacrifices that body, which isn't good long term.
They're telling him not to do that.
Right,
so we'll
but
see what happens there.
Yeah.
The Ravens are at home versus the Jets. The Jets are going to start Tyrod Taylor. Ravens are starting to look like the team everybody thought. So
yes,
13.5.
Whew, that's a lot of points.
Yeah, but it does.
But it's
there's just
Jets.
there've been so many whoop asses going on. I don't know if that's enough. I like the Ravens there.
Yeah.
The Steelers Bear game is really fascinating. I mean, the Bears, obviously everybody's talking about them. They're leading the division. I mean, you look who their wins are, though.
Yeah.
It's not a murderer's row.
Not at all, and then how they're winning too with comebacks in the last possession. They're somehow finding ways to win, but does that glass slipper fall off here?
Well, Rodgers is going to want to play.
Yes.
And this is a must-win for the Steelers.
They're forming a cast where he can get the snap.
Oh, yeah.
That's the most troubling part is getting that snap every time where he's comfortable because it's his non-throwing hand.
Yeah.
And so, I think he'll
The
play.
bigger problem is what these the talking heads say is getting knocked down.
Yeah.
How you protect yourself.
Yep.
I like the Steelers getting the points. The Bears have played in a ton of close games, so 3 points either way. And like I said, the Steelers, they are in a free fall. The Ravens are moving up. You could see a lot of scenarios where the Steelers end up not even making the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And they had that big lead. But
the Patriots, another huge surprise team here playing the Bengals. I don't know if Burrow's going to play or not. I don't know why you would play him.
He's been a full participant the last 2 practices, so it certainly looks like he's going to play. But
if he does, I like the 7.5. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna if he's playing, he's gonna play well. Unfortunately, Jamar Chase isn't in the game.
Mr. These guys, what is going on with these guys? I mean, it's moved to 5.5 now, by the way.
Yeah, well, that's the Burrow effect.
Yes.
Yeah. The Vikings have got to beat the Packers.
Yes.
Their season is over if they don't.
Yes.
That's another. J.J. McCarthy has been a topic of a lot of people's conversations.
Mm-hmm.
He does play well in the fourth quarter.
He does. He left the field with a lead
with
there.
the lead.
And they just couldn't hold it. And this is his 5th start or something. I mean, and everyone got his first game that he won coming from behind, and then he goes in and beats the Lions. So all of a sudden, those rookie expectations go out the window when you win those kind of ball games.
Yeah. In the one of the marquee game, maybe the marquee game on Sunday is the Chiefs at home versus the Colts.
Yes.
The Colts, another huge surprise team this year. If the Chiefs lose this football game, it'll be difficult for them to make the playoffs. They have to win the rest of their
They
games.
would. Yes, they would. They would have to win every single one.
And by my observation, the Chiefs don't look any different than they did last year. The Chiefs won all their games that were close. Now they're losing, which is kind of the law of averages in the NFL.
It all kind of balances out. Now, at some point, right, exactly. They had these miraculous wins all season long last year. And people even said at that point, they're finding a way to win, but you really can't count on it long term to work out that way. Yeah. And so this year, the script has been flipped the complete opposite.
And it was so borne out by the loss last week to the Broncos. Broncos kick a field goal on the last play of the game.
Yep.
That in the year before that, the Chiefs
They blocked a
and they win the game.
potential
Yeah,
game-winning
yeah,
field goal.
exactly.
Yes.
I honestly think that they're going to hand it to the Colts.
Oh yeah, they're going to be so.
I think I think that Chris Jones is going to have a football game because he is like completely disappeared.
He disappeared completely off the. I mean, it is wild.
And the surprising thing is that Kelsey is having a really good year. The last few games, he's been great.
All of a sudden, he just kind of gets this boost of energy or something. He just looks like the Kelsey of old.
Yeah. If the Chiefs can even somewhat contain Jonathan Taylor,
oh yeah,
they can open up a war.
They know that that's the key to a win for sure. Put it in Daniel Jones's hands. And
You talk about a lot of points, Rich. The Seahawks are giving 12.5. They might as well give 22.5 to the Titans. I mean, I mean seriously.
They
I mean,
are
this
so
this
bad.
game could be 48 to 3.
So bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's just brutal.
Yeah. And name a score here.
Yeah.
The Jags have been surprising.
They
The
have.
Cardinals have some good. I don't know what's going to happen here. The Cardinals have played pretty decent football. They're home dogs. This is kind of one of those games that I think the Cardinals are going to rise up. They have a great chance to win. If they don't win, I think they'll certainly cover. And then the Shador-Sanders Bowl.
Yes, that is true. Getting his first start.
Why are they giving 3.5 to the Raiders? Did anybody watch the Raiders?
How bad they were.
That was,
That's-
I mean, that has got to look like. What has happened to Geno Smith? I mean, I know they can't block.
Now
that, that offensive line
right.
is pathetic.
It's moved to a 4-point.
That's-
4 at home.
Yeah, they're
the
giving
Vegas.
to-
They're -4 here. Yeah.
Who?
Vegas.
Vegas is now, they're
Yeah.
giving 4.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yes.
I don't get that.
I
think,
know.
Yeah,
Because that defense for Cleveland is that's a real defense.
The defense, I imagine them scoring a touchdown in this game. The defense.
Yeah, I could see that.
I was going to mention this very briefly. How dominant that Houston team was. They didn't even give up that one touchdown. They had a kick return.
Yeah.
So that defense only gave up 12 points.
Amazing.
Yeah, against a Bills team that had 44 the week before. I like the Browns here. I really do. Unless what you hear from the outside is that, like Shador's teammates don't like him.
Yeah.
That would be my only concern here. And then the Cowboys are going to beat the Eagles. Well, I mean, yeah, they look like world beaters against the Raiders.
Yes.
The Raiders suck.
They are. They are pathetic.
Yeah. It just goes to show you how bad Kenny Pickens is. How come he has not seen the field? With the way that Geno Smith is playing, are you telling me that it's not an improvement to bring in Kenny Pickens?
He needs to be Geno's. When Geno's playing good, he's pretty solid core. But then he's got that little haywire gene, and it's like it goes on a roll for he needs to be sat down for a bit, get the backup in there, and just let him settle down.
Anyways, the Cowboys, yes, their defense did look better with the
Quinnen Williams.
Yeah, Quinnen Williams.
And then Overshawn, they got some injured guys back. Yeah.
And the Eagles are questionable. My sheet is 4.5. What is it down to 3 or 2?
3.
Yeah.
3.
I like the Cowboys getting 4.5 at home. Under 3, it's questionable.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what the Eagles are doing. Can the Cowboys stop? It's all about Saquon Barkley as far as I'm concerned, because that defense, I don't know how many points the Cowboys are going to score on that defense.
Oh, I know.
If the defense that bottled up the Lions shows up on Sunday, why is this game even being played? The Falcons versus the Saints. I don't know.
Another.
I cannot believe the Falcons have not fired their coach yet.
Oh, I think you're going to see a total rebuild there again. Again.
Yeah.
Probably draft another quarterback.
And the Rams and the Bucks, I kind of like the Buccaneers getting 6.5.
Yeah, it's still there, too.
Yeah. And then the Monday night game, the Carolina Panthers have been surprising.
They certainly have.
Yeah, I got to give them credit, but the Niners look pretty good with Brock Purdy back in there.
Yep.
And they're in a dogfight for the playoffs, so that should be a pretty good game. So there's your NFL slate. We got some messages from our very fine partners. We'll be back after these words from our fine partners on WGRY Up North Sports Radio's Friday. Why? See, look at this reset again.
I know it. Yeah, it's done that 2 or 3 times here now. If it's not moved within,
It's time for the Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it.
I'm Melissa Sullivan, off-road enthusiast and your host. Remember, there's only certain times you can operate your off-road vehicle this month. If you plan to ride on state land between November 15th and November 30th, please note the designated riding times. This schedule is in place to respect the hunting season activity. You've got 2 great opportunities each day. If you're going to ride, plan your trips between the middle of the day, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and you can also operate your ORV after dark once the sun has fully set. Remember to check the official DNR regulations for exact sunset times and more details. And if you're seeking a guaranteed place to ride this holiday, we've got the perfect destination. Don't miss the annual Moundsgiving event. Head down to the Mounds ORV Park in Mount Morris this Thanksgiving Day. It's a major yearly tradition bringing together riders for one of the largest off-road gatherings of the season. Gates open early, offering a full day of riding. Whether you hit the trails at Moundsgiving or you hit the trails for a night ride, remember to respect your fellow riders, ride right, and don't leave your trash. Leave a good impression.
Visit us on upnorthsportsradio.com for more information on how to ride safe this fall.
This has been your Up North Sports Radio Northern Michigan Trail Report, brought to you by your Michigan Toro authorized dealer, Outdoor Equipment Co. in Houghton Lake, Lansing, and Detroit. OutdoorEquipCO.com. Toro, count on it.
Get your equipment ready for winter at Outdoor Equipment Co. They've got the accessories to customize your UTV plus Toro add-ons to keep your equipment running strong. And when winter hits, you can find snow blades, brooms, spreaders, cabs, tire chains, and all the tractor implements you need to stand up to Mother Nature. Outdoor Equipment Co. is a one-stop shop for accessories, attachments, and implements. For the Outdoor Equipment Co. location nearest you, head to OutdoorEquipmentCo.com.
Think you know football? Go head-to-head for prizes with the Traverse City Record Eagles' own pro senior sports writer, James Cook. Pick your winners for every Sunday NFL matchup at record-eagle.com. If you beat James, you'll be entered to win a weekly prize from our Record Eagle sponsors. Make your picks each week, plus get contest rules and details at record-eagle.com/NFL Pick'em. Can you show up one of Northern Michigan's most trusted sports voices? James Cook's NFL Sunday Pick'em at record-eagle.com. Iron Pig Smokehouse invites everyone over for their famous Friendsgiving from 11 a to 4 p on Thanksgiving Day. Feast on an amazing all-you-can-eat buffet with turkey, ham, pot roast, even shrimp, and every fixing you could want, plus a load of desserts. If you'd rather not cook but still want to feast at home, the Iron Pig will package your meal ready to go on the 26th or hot and ready on the 27th. Visit Iron Pig Smokehouse online for reservations or to order your custom-made home feast and enjoy a stress-free Thanksgiving.
This is John Jansen from 97.1 Detroit Sports Radio. We are thrilled to bring our award-winning sports talk to Northern Michigan right here on Up North Sports Radio. Now you'll get all the Michigan sports action and opinions you've always wanted on 101.1 WGRY.
All right, welcome back to Friday Faceoff on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by Shanty Creek. Finally, Lindsay finds the time to get on the phone with us. Lindsay, what's happening to Shanty?
Well, you know, it is the season. Black Friday is upon us, and we've been busy over here preparing for some great sales and deals for you guys.
All right, well, let's hear them.
Yeah, so we have a golf special going on right now. So if you book for our early season, which is April 24th through May 11th, you can get your tee times for $39 at Cedar River, Hawkeye, or the Legend. So this is well below.
Oh yeah, so you can book this now?
Yes, you can book it now. So we've opened up our key times now, so you can book those courses for $39. There's no limit on the amount of tee times you can make. You can play it as much as you want.
Wow.
In that time frame. It is a steal of a deal.
Oh, no doubt. 100%.
Because in the summer, you're playing those courses on a weekend for over $100. So $39, that includes the cart. It is a fantastic deal, and they, we just started the sale on Wednesday, and they're flying off the shelves. So you're going to want to make your tee times now because you can get the best spots.
Yeah. On top of that, you've also got the your lift ticket sale.
Yeah. So not winter. We don't want to miss out on winter. Winter's coming, so we're doing a 4-pack sale where you can buy a bundle of lift tickets of 4, and you can save over $100 on just that. And it's really like flexible. You can use them all yourself. You can give them to a family. You can use them all at one time. You can string them along through the season. So really how you use it is up to you. You just buy the 4 tickets. So that is a fantastic deal.
No doubt. Yeah, absolutely. And then and you've got a hotel sale as well.
Yeah, so we have this lodging sale for the winter, $129 for a night stay anytime this winter. So if you're looking for a good holiday deal, we'd have no blackout dates. So from ski start, ski end, holidays, all the weekends.
Even the Martin Luther King weekend, which
yeah.
is one of your busiest ones. So if you're thinking about taking your annual ski trip to Shanty Creek, get that now, because that's a huge saving on the weekends.
Absolutely. It's fantastic. So you can go to our website. You can book your tee times right now. You can go online and buy your 4-pack or your lodging voucher at shantycreek.com.
And very briefly, the Lakeview Hotel for Thanksgiving, or better still, the amazing package you guys put together for the carryouts.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So we have our Thanksgiving buffet, great views of Lake Bel Air, all the turkey stuffing and all the fixins. It's a fantastic buffet. We still have room, so you can make some reservations now. And then for those who don't really want to dine in, we have a to-go option, our turkeys to-go option, which is a great deal and no work involved except picking up your turkey.
Lindsay, good to talk to you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
You guys as well.
All right, there you go.
Good to have Lindsay back.
Yes, she's so great, and man, they've got a lot of great deals. Buy some golf passes and hand them out to your golfers friends. What a great Christmas
Oh
present.
my God, yeah! Talk about
$39.
stocking stuffers for golfers, man. You pull those babies out, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah. A twosome for $70. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good deal.
Sure is.
You know what is a better deal is what's happening at Little Caesars Arena. Now, I know the Red Wings
Kind of
put a pooper in the punch bowl.
They left a bad taste in your mouth last night. That's
But tickets are getting harder to find at Little Caesars Arena, especially on the Pistons side of the ball.
for sure.
Unbelievable. Rich, people are starting to talk about the Pistons team, in the Bad Boys
Yeah.
and the Wallace
Right.
and Chauncey era. But the amazing thing is 1 through 12, these guys can play. Anybody comes off the bench goes for 25 points.
They do. They're ready. I mean, that's what's so cool. A sign of good coaching is that guys come in and it seems like they don't miss a beat.
Yeah.
We missed Cade Cunningham, big time superstar.
We didn't miss him.
But we
And
didn't
then
miss
he
him,
comes
right?
back, but he shows back up in Atlanta, goes for 25 and 10. It's funny. Last year, if you follow the NBA, and I know you don't follow it nearly as much as I do, and a lot of people don't that listen to this radio station, but the shift in the NBA the last couple of years has gone from having 2 or 3 superstars
Yes.
to having depth.
Mm-hmm.
So the load management term.
Right.
If you have a deep bench, you can do what the Pistons have done, and they've won 4 games where half the starters were sitting on the bench.
Right.
And this is going to bode well for this team. You know, Dennis Jenkins and these guys that
love it.
Who are these guys?
I know that guy. I mean, watching him play out there, Jenkins, is just he is so cat quick.
Yeah.
I mean, or you could say that cat is quick.
Yep.
Because he can get to the rim.
And Jalen Duren is moving into. I don't know if he's a superstar, but
he's right on the verge.
He's right there.
He is.
You know, the consistency is fantastic.
It is absolutely. He's tough. He's can score. He knows how to use his body.
The thing I like the best about him is that the way he snatches the ball. You know, like that ball is mine.
Right. Because a lot of big guys don't always have the strongest hands when they get the ball. They can get you can get deflection from them and stuff like that. But you get that guy with that kind of size and strength, and that the ball looks like a softball in his hand.
Yeah,
it's just
and he and Beef Stew are teaming up to be really good defenders. And then if that doesn't work out, they bring in Paul Reed.
Yeah, and Paul Reed is really. I mean, he showed flashes in the playoffs last year. He had a couple of really big games. I'm like, Paul Reed, get it done, bud, and then carried it on into this year.
The funny thing is like Duren is 7 foot.
Yeah.
But Stewart and Reed are 6'9".
Yes.
I mean, they're just a little taller than me.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
they're very effective.
They are. And again, and I've talked about it before, but Beef Stew working hard in the offseason to add a three-point shot to his element. When we first drafted him, I would have said, this guy can't hit the broadside of a barn. And now the guy's draining threes, and it's like, all right, Beef Stew, man, that's a lot of hard work.
And they got a couple of days off here, which is really going to serve them well.
Go to Milwaukee.
Tobias Harris should be back, and without Giannis.
Yeah.
Giannis is out. He will not play on Saturday. He's got a groin pull. He's going to be out at least 10 days.
Oh, that's not going to bode well for Milwaukee then.
No, he's having an unbelievable year.
Yes.
Giannis is.
Yeah.
But folks, I'm telling you, uniformly.
Yeah.
Since I've been on this radio station, since we've been playing Pistons games, I'll bring it up in conversation and be like, yeah, I haven't watched the Pistons since, the Bad Boys or since they, when Larry Brown was coaching. Well, folks,
come on.
Time to tune back.
There's room on the bandwagon.
Yes,
jump on while you can.
It's moving very slowly. You got no problems jumping on that bandwagon. The Red Wings, maybe it's just an Islander problem.
Maybe it is.
The Islanders have the Wings number. The Wings, they have the same record.
Mm-hmm. But they look like totally different teams when they play each other.
One of those things going on.
I mean, I watched a period and a half last night. 3 goals were tip-in goals that were going one way, and our goaltender, I can't think of who it was, Gibson last night, and it got deflected the complete opposite direction. So it really was bad.
But that's because of all the traffic that they are.
That's right. That leads to that. Too many sticks getting down there. You got to, as a defenseman, you got to clear that out. Make sure your goaltender has a wide lane to see the whole puck. And right now, no, that's and our biggest complaint watching them. They're just not that physical at all.
No, they're not. That is the biggest problem with this team. And I don't know if they're going to be able to get some help at the trade deadline or, start brainwashing somebody down in Grand Rapids to be way more physical. But, yeah, that is the biggest issue. And it's pointed out when all that traffic, they can't clear the traffic.
Exactly.
Yeah. We will get them tomorrow afternoon.
Okay.
At 1 o'clock, they're playing the Blue Jackets at LCA, so we won't have the Michigan game on.
Yeah.
Unless maybe we'll move no, we're not going to move the Michigan game to Q100.
Red Wings take super seed.
Yeah, they do. And the Pistons, I believe, are playing at night, so we'll have both games. Let me double check that really quickly. I believe the Pistons game is at night.
It is 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so we'll have both the Red Wings and the Pistons on Up North Sports Radio right here for your Saturday listening pleasure after you get done listening to Rich.
Yeah.
Talk about high school football that hasn't happened yet.
That hasn't happened.
It'll be a very interesting show. We'll be back after these words from our fine partners on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Faceoff, brought to us by TVCAirport.com.
Who knew? Fresh air is a destination, a place to breathe in the lapping waves of Torch Lake and explore the tree-lined trails of northern Michigan. A place to connect with nature and each other, one-on-one, in the waves, woods, and wonder of Bel Air. When you're looking to escape the everyday, breathe in the magic of northern Michigan at Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
It's November, and the red tags are out with incredible year-end prices at Matt LaFontaine Chevy, GMC, and Grayling. We just retired a fleet of brand-new courtesy vehicles with huge savings, like this new 2025 Chevy Colorado Crew Cab 4x4, lease starting at just $289 a month for 24 months. Together, let's drive. Or this new 2026 professional-grade GMC Terrain, starting at just $299 per month. Visit us 24 hours a day at MattLaFontaineChevyGMC.com today.
TVC's travel tip of the day. Now's the time to book your holiday and winter getaway, and TVC is ready to take you there. Whether you're visiting family and friends or chasing sunshine on southern beaches, TVC has the perfect flight for you. Fly nonstop to the sun on Allegiant, their ultra-low-cost carrier, or choose American Delta or United, getting you to every destination with just one stop. Seats are filling fast. Book your holiday and winter travel today. Explore all your flight options at tvcairport.com. tvcairport.com.
Take a trip to Tuscany when you visit Benetham's in November. A sumptuous shrimp strozzapreti and an elegant eggplant parm tower taste as wonderful as they look. And an old-world lasagna al forno is Italian comfort food at its finest. No one has a better Italian wine list to pair with your meal than Benetham's. The 4 to 6 p.m. happy hour is a wonderful chance to try the Italian appetizers. Visit Benethams.com and reserve your table today. Benetham's, for the true love of food.
Ever wish you could wave a magic wand just like a fairy godmother and decorate your Christmas tree? It could be that easy to bring the magic of the holidays home if you win one of more than 60 beautifully decorated Christmas trees in the Grayling Promotional Association's Festival of Trees. Stop by the Grayling Mini Mall through November 29th and buy a raffle ticket for your favorite tree or themed basket. Trees are on display Monday through Saturday from 10 to 6:30 and Sundays from noon to 3. Festival of Trees winners will be announced at Q100 Michigan on November 30th.
Sweet treats from Alpine Chocolate House have been holiday favorites for 40 years. That's why so many chocolate lovers descend on Alpine Chocolate House in Gaylord and Boyne City on Black Friday. November 28th in Gaylord from 9 to 1 and Boyne City from 4 to 9. Get 30% off everything at Alpine Chocolate House. Gift baskets, chocolate-covered chips, everything on the shelves. Or go to Alpine Chocolate House online and get 20% off your entire order on Black Friday. A family tradition since 1985.
Back to Friday Faceoff here on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRY, brought to us by tvcairport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins in studio. Rich, that last break you heard John Jansen talking about our big schedule lineup. That's we got one more week of Rich Eisen and Anthony Bellino and the stuff that we've been running for a couple of years here. And then the beginning of December, we're going to have 97.1 The Ticket on full-time here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I love listening to the local Detroit sports guys talk.
Yep.
And we're going to have it right here on Up North. That's a phenomenal gift.
Well, the best thing about it is that it'll be easy for you to interact with the shows now. They have an 800 number. You can call in.
Right.
And be part of, we would have loved to have been able to do an actual sports talk radio show up here, but with in northern Michigan, you probably get the same 10 guys calling in every day.
Exactly.
So Costin Jansen is the morning show, Carson Anderson the midday, and then of course Mike Valenti and Rico, which is just a fantastic show.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Valenti
is highly entertaining.
Yes, he is. And they take a lot of calls.
They do,
if you want to voice your opinion, now your opinion can be heard.
It can be. And again, it's not just glad handing and people supporting the teams 100%.
Oh, no.
You're getting a lot of all kinds of different opinions. It's really entertaining, guys, to look at things from different perspectives. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Good stuff. It was so interesting, man. I really wanted to go after seeing some of the pregame and the Wrigley Field action for U of M. They had a perfect day. 67
wasn't
degrees.
it phenomenal?
They had the beer vendors in the stands and everything else. I mean, I'm so pissed that I didn't go to the game.
apartments across the street
they were
with the
full,
on
yeah.
top. Yep.
Well, Barstool Sports bought one of them out.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He is a huge Michigan.
And
yeah,
he got paid
Dave.
$500 million for that platform, so he's
Is
doing
it?
okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, the Wolverines did everything they could to give that game away, but kudos to them. They pulled it out.
They did. Yeah, because that was, I mean, Northwestern typically plays Michigan tough.
Yeah.
You know, and through the years they have, and we thought that this would be a kind of a hard-fought ball game, and that's exactly how it all turned out. You know, and yeah, good for Michigan getting over
the
that.
best game Bryce Underwood has played
Mm-hmm.
until the interceptions at the very end.
Yes.
One of them was a really bad interception. But they still managed to win the football game, which they needed to.
Right.
Now they travel to Maryland, and I expect another close game. I would love to see them turn the corner here. I don't know who's going to run the football.
Right. Yeah. That's their two best running backs down. Right.
Yeah. Morrison. It looks like he's not going on the IR.
Okay.
Justice Hayes will not play in the Ohio State game, it doesn't look like.
Yeah.
Which is too bad, because I would have loved to have seen that two running back tandem.
Yes.
Keep the ball away from the Ohio State offense. They still run the ball fairly effectively. We'll see what happens against Maryland. I don't like the 13.5 points here.
Right.
But
That's a young offensive line too.
some of it is.
Yeah.
It's all about the Ohio State game. Michigan, I don't know how much looking ahead they'll do.
Mm-hmm.
They should beat Maryland. I don't know. This is Maryland's Super Bowl.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, if they could knock Michigan off, that would mean everything to them.
Yeah. They'd storm the field.
Yeah, I think they would. And
Yeah.
they just signed Mike Loxley.
I
to
see
a
that.
concept,
Locked up Loxley.
Well, they did that. Wisconsin did the exact same thing with Fickle.
Which is shocking.
But it's not shocking
Well-
when you see what's going on.
Right. Well, the shocking part was that everybody, the talking heads, were saying his job's on the line. It's this. Are they going to make a change? And they give him an extension.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
there's
you're
gonna
like,
be a crap ton of jobs open.
Yeah.
And beware getting rid of I don't know if Florida and LSU and Penn State, who's going to get a better coach than what they have.
Right.
Now,
Franklin already went to what? Virginia Tech, right?
Especially with these huge payouts. Now, I mean, the Penn State guys had to be dancing in the streets when he signed with Virginia Tech, and it went from $56 million to $9. But that's not a bad gig. Here's an extra $9 million. I don't know what he's going to. He's certainly going to get paid at least 6 or 7 at Virginia Tech.
For sure.
Yeah. So it's a nice parting gift.
It is a nice parting gift for sure.
Thanks for playing Pat on the
Yeah.
ass.
All right. Yeah. Exactly. Here's $9 million. Stuff this in your stocking.
Yeah, and on top of the fact that I don't even know what to talk, about this potential private equity fund that wants to buy the Big Ten.
Right. Yeah,
Is that the way you read it?
That's so. Yeah, it came out of the blue. I thought I didn't know there was
private
anything.
equity company wants to buy the athletic department of the Big Ten.
And then what comes along with that? What kind of strings are attached? I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you potentially open yourself
I don't have
up.
enough information about it.
Yeah.
So I don't feel qualified to talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't either. I mean, it's a big question mark to me, for sure. I mean, it's just like, where did this come from?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I mean,
where is my chunk of this pie? I'm not saying that I deserve any.
I'm just saying,
hey, what the
but
hell?
it shows you the kind of crazy money that's out there, though. You know what I mean? With all of these different things going on, and you're like going, man, with the NIL stuff with college kids and doing things with that. I mean, there's money for that. There's money for potentially private equity funds to try and buy the Big Ten athletic departments, and like, wow. I mean, that's just a lot of craziness going on there, that's for sure. But getting a hold of James Cook here, we're going to be talking about some the last few
James,
games
you ready to go?
of high school football.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. James in his hunting blind.
Excellent. I love it when we talk to James at the hunting blind.
Yeah. Yeah, no next week, James. But yes, this is, for us, the last discussion of high school football for the season on the Sarah Automotive High School Sportscape Show. Sarah Automotive in Grayling and Kalkaska. James Cook from the Record Eagle on the line with us. James, did you get your prize buck?
No.
No. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
I know
That's
you.
all right, though.
Did you get enough
Some time with family and friends and hang
Yep.
out.
and a whole bunch of Busch Light beer?
Better beer than that, but you know.
Oh, good. All right,
Some
that's
guys are drinking Busch Light.
Good for you. You know, that seems to be the very I see those things rolling off the shelf. So in the camo cans, so you can drink while you're in the blind comfortably, not scaring the deer.
Yeah, blend right in. So James, we obviously we have the finals of the 8-player football going on Saturday, but let's get to what's left of our 11-man football, and starting off in Division 6 with Kingsley, the Stags, and taking on a team I'm not real familiar with, Kent City, and that's going to be played at Cadillac at noon kickoff tomorrow.
Yeah, they moved the kickoff up to noon. So that and for the potential of Kingsley still being able to play in the volleyball finals.
Oh, okay.
Because they're in the volleyball semifinals today at 4:30, and then if they win that one, they would play Saturday in the championship game at 4:30. So they moved that game up an hour to give people maybe the chance of being able to leave right after the football game and go to the volleyball game too. Considering that Coach Wooer's daughter is the setter for the volleyball team, and this is her senior year, so it would be her last game. You know, he's already talked to his coaches about that if the game goes into overtime or anything like that, he might leave.
Yeah,
Wow.
got to support the kids there, that's for sure.
Well, you know, the Detroit News has all 4 of their writers have picked Kent City to win this game.
Yeah.
Just say it.
Yeah, now so they haven't lost all year, but you know, looking at their first 2 matchups in the playoffs, they won by 6 points and then 8 points. So they've played some close ball games.
I couldn't even tell you where Kent
yeah,
City is.
but they blew out Montrose last week,
Okay.
50-20.
Well, okay.
And I know how tough they
I
are.
think Kent City, isn't that where Batman's from? I'm not sure.
It's straight east of Muskegon.
Straight east.
Okay.
For a second there, I'm thinking like, what? So it's in the
Right,
middle of
yeah,
Lake
yeah,
Michigan.
right,
Okay, all right, good. It's Atlantis. It's kind of wonderful. So that's go ahead.
But they run the same. They run the same kind of offense as Kingsley. So it's going to be a lot of running the ball. 2 wing T offenses going against each other. So that's the other thing that gives some hope to the Kingsley fans who want to go to the volleyball game too. Is that the game shouldn't take a tremendous amount of time, because Kent City throws the ball even less than Kingsley does.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, that clock just keeps moving along when you run the ball. You got to love it.
The other game well, there's a couple games that have somewhat local interest, but the other one, Rich, has really got to be the Mount Pleasant Lowell game.
Yeah, that one for sure. That's, they've obviously played really well. Undefeated this year, of course, is Mount Pleasant. And Lowell has a rich tradition of going deep into the playoffs.
Yes, they do.
And, they've had a tremendous season as well, obviously. They've lost 2 games, but, of course, one was to Cedar Springs, and the other one, Grand Rapids, Kanawha Hills. And, but, yeah, so it's that kind of history. If Mount Pleasant could get to the finals, man, that would be huge for Jason McIntyre and his entire staff.
James, did you shoot something?
I didn't hear. I did not shoot anything. I'm not in the blind.
Oh, okay.
I just woke up.
Okay.
I woke him up.
Yes.
No, I was just laying in bed playing on my phone.
That's
okay. Candy Crush?
No, I usually get up in the morning and I try to wake up my mind a little bit by playing Wordscapes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
just like a word game.
You and my bride. That's what she does as well.
Does she?
Yes. I'm trying.
I guess
she's trying to get smarter all the time, and I'm going the other way.
Way more intelligent than my wife playing Candy Crush.
But that game's being played at Greenville, so that's not a long trip at all for Mount Pleasant. So, but again, so yeah, good luck to Mount Pleasant there. But there is one other Ogama Heights is still going. So they talk about taking on a traditional power. Grand Rapids West Catholic.
Yeah, I mean, West Catholic is one of those schools that seems to be there all the time.
Yeah, they're Catholic. They cheat. That's what they used to say.
That's
about
coming
us
from a
Rice.
Catholic.
Yeah, I think it's West Catholic where Tom Passano came from, the St. Francis baseball coach, and used to coach football at TC Central. He came to Traverse City from West Catholic, I believe it was.
Okay.
And he coached football there as well. So yeah, they have a pretty long history of just being one of those top tier teams in that division, and Ogama Heights is looking to maybe end that a little bit.
Yeah, that's a game being played at Clare. Very familiar field for Ogama. Play there, every other year.
We would love to see Ogama Heights make it to Ford Field. They've had a pretty good run of football in the last 4 years after being really dormant. I mean,
yep, they were dormant for years, and they had won a state championship. When was that? Back in the 90s, I believe. One of my former bosses was the defensive coordinator for their championship, and in his office he had a big picture of him when they were playing back in the day at was it Ford Field?
Silverdome.
Silverdome. That was that Silverdome.
That would be right.
Yeah.
So, the 90s, it would have been Silverdome.
Yeah. So that's So anyway, so they have won a state championship, but they've played really well and they had a tremendous season.
Yeah, they had a great season. Changing up things. I think they're in different conferences. They kind of moved around a little bit here and there in conferences. They used to be in the Big North,
right,
for a few years, and that just wasn't a great fit for them because they were just smaller than everybody else, and they were coming off a stretch where they were really good, and then they had a couple down years, and that combination of that and being in the Big North was not a very good fit. So they had to leave, find somewhere else that was a better fit. They were in the Northern Michigan Football Conference here for a long time.
Right. Yeah, they were kind of a medium-sized school that couldn't find a home. The Big North was a little bit too big for them, and so that's I think they're right where they need to be right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give a rundown of the games that are all played on Saturdays, so we'll have an interesting scoreboard show
with no scores.
No scores. East Kentwood in Class A, or Division I as they call it now. East Kentwood, who's 10-2, will play Detroit Catholic Central, who's undefeated.
Yeah, good luck to East Kentwood.
And same thing, Detroit Cass Tech is undefeated playing Rochester Adams, who's 10-2. Everybody and their brother is waiting for the Detroit Catholic Central, Detroit Cass Tech game.
Yes.
I don't know if either of these teams can pull up the upset. I pretty much doubt it, and that's pretty much in lockstep with what the writers from the Detroit News believe as well. In D2, Orchard Lake St. Mary's plays Portage Central. That should be a very good football game.
Mm-hmm.
And Detroit Grove's playing Dexter. Just from a personal standpoint, I would love to see Groves win and get to Ford Field. They have been. This is where traditionally they get knocked out.
Right. Yeah, they're knocking on the door, and just can't quite get
in there. I mean, a Groves Orchard Lake St. Mary's game is going to have a lot of people at it, since they're both in the backyard of Ford Field.
Yes.
Yeah. D3, Lowell, as we mentioned, playing Mount Pleasant, and awaiting DeWitt and Warren De La Salle.
Two traditional, well-coached, very good teams that are very familiar playing in championship games.
De La Salle team that's 6-6.
Yes. They must have had some injuries, obviously.
Well, no, they played so above their schedule. They are in D3 here and playing against
D1
Catholic
schools
Central and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. So half the teams that they played are still, or a good number of them are still in the playoffs.
Yeah, and they played teams from Ohio too.
Yeah.
They go out of state even to find, they play at the big
serious
Toledo
competition.
and Cincinnati schools.
Yeah, well, to round out the Catholic League, they had to bring in 3 schools from Toledo, 3 Catholic schools from
Yeah.
Toledo. Your favorite, Rich, Hudson Unity Christian, is going to be playing Vicksburg.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're 11-1. Vicksburg is 8-4 versus and Goodrich playing Dearborn Divine Child, Gary Danielson's old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
Should be a pretty good game. That's Goodrich, always a pretty good football program, and Dearborn Divine Child has been on the upcome for a while. You mentioned Grand Rapids, West Castle, Ogama Heights.
Right.
Awaiting the winner of Monroe Jefferson versus Pontiac Notre Dame. Crap.
Yes. Very familiar with those guys.
Yep. Who actually had played Warren De La Salle. So.
Well, again, just mention Warren. So they got, just so everybody know about the points, Warren De La Salle plays. They got in with a 3-6 record into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because of that schedule they played. That's crazy.
Yeah, it
know?
really is. We mentioned Kingsley playing Kent City. They will play the winner of the Altmont Jackson Lumen Christie game.
Very familiar with the Jackson Lumen Christie team.
So yeah.
Oh, and Almont is who Kingsley played in the finals the last time they were in the finals.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
But Jackson Lumen Christie and Kingsley have met up more than a few times in their storied careers as well. Piamo, Westphalia playing Menominee, Rich.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
Go Maroons. Pewamo, Westphalia, always a very good team there for sure. But I'm fond of the Maroons from Menominee. Let's hopefully they can win that here.
Yeah, I wonder where they're
Division
playing
7.
that game.
Gaylord.
Oh, that's right. Thank God.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
for sure.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so far.
Yeah.
Those outside of Lansing and then out way over in the western part of the UP.
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody's going to have motion sickness.
there'll be a lot of Packer fans in Gaylord tomorrow.
Schoolcraft is playing Clinton. They're both 10-2. That's who's going to match up against Piamo, Westphalia, or Menominee. And then, unfortunately, Beale City not in this game.
Yeah, Harbor Beach beat them.
Yeah, Harbor Beach beat them. They're playing Bark River Harris. We have no clue where that is.
Yeah.
It's up in the UP.
West of Escanaba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
they're playing that game in Alpena.
Allen Park Cabrini. I think I read somewhere that this is their first. They've never been this far.
Is that right?
In the playoffs, and Cabrini has been in business since the 40s.
Oh, I know that's a long-standing school
Yeah,
there
but
for
they
sure.
have never been this far. And
Wow.
If my data serves me properly,
Right.
they're playing Hudson. They better watch the hell out.
Yeah.
You know, Hudson's been around for a little bit.
Yes.
So there you go.
All right.
And who are the 8-man? What were the teams?
Oh,
Rich?
nothing.
Because we know the Detroit
you've
News.
got, Martin is playing Montebello
Yes.
Okay.
at 11 a.m. tomorrow, so you can maybe get a score on that one.
Blanchard Montebello is kind of west and south of Mount Pleasant there. Right. Yeah.
And
kind of Greenville area.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what's the other D2 game?
And the D2 one is Portland St. Patrick against North Dickinson.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that one's at 2 o'clock.
Another Western UP team and
Portland St. Pat. Yeah, they're out of
Metro.
Mount Pleasant.
Or out, the greater Lansing area there. Played very good softball team. They have great sports program.
Yeah, they do.
St. Patrick.
They have in the baseball side of things. St. Mary's has played
met
them.
up with them. Yes.
Yeah, a number of times. So, of course, as James likes to point out, the Detroit News has no interest in covering 8-man football.
They're like, what? That's a thing?
It's like communism. We're not bringing that up.
Yeah.
So, well, James, thanks for all your help with us all year long on the Sarah Automotive High School Sportscape Show. We couldn't do it without you. You get a couple of weeks
I'm
off.
sure you could.
And well, we could, but we wouldn't have anybody to make fun of.
Right.
So.
That's true.
And we'll be back at it in basketball in a couple of weeks.
Right. Yeah, James, I'll see you at the basketball court, buddy.
Sounds good.
All right.
Got a full slate of hockey tonight. High school hockey. Pretty much everybody in the area plays tonight.
So is the season kicking off?
Yep. Traverse City Central already played one game. Petoskey beat them 5-2 last weekend.
Okay.
So I think Cadillac already played a game too.
Okay.
So things are kicking up in hockey for sure too, and then basketball for boys and girls. Not too far off.
Not too far off. James, we might as well, since we woke you up, might as well ask you about your level of concern for the Detroit Lions.
Not a ton. I mean, if they struggle against a Giants team, then yes. But I mean, they that Eagles game, I mean, they lost by one score. The defense played really well. The special teams did not. The offense was fairly stagnant. So I mean, there's of course some concerns. The offensive line, Amon-Ra St. Brown suddenly dropping passes, which is uncharacteristic for him.
If he catches two, so he caught 2 of the 8 passes that were thrown his way in that game. Okay, and they were almost all on third down conversions, right? So if he catches just 2 more of those balls, how much of a difference? This has been going on now for a few weeks. All of a sudden, a guy that caught everything that was ever thrown his way, not so much.
Yeah, and that one, the fourth down where they went for it inside the 5, I think it was, or inside the 10. Jared Goff had Brock Wright wide open underneath.
He was.
And he could have just caught the ball and walked in the end zone.
He looked right past Wright to try to force it to.
That's what happens when you go from 3 seconds to 2 seconds.
Yep, exactly.
He was pressured on that play, and so I think he just went to his default, which is throw it to where Amon-Ra is going to be.
Yep.
That is his default.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah. Just much like you with Minecraft or whatever the hell you're doing.
those word games, trying to expand their vocabulary.
James, have a fantastic Thanksgiving.
All right, you too.
All right. See you, James.
There you go.
All right. Always good to talk to James.
Yeah. He's like, what?
He's like, usually he texts me the night before, are we going to be on tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah.
I didn't know we were doing this.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, there you go.
I love it. What a good sport.
All right. So, as we noted, I don't know how long the show will go tomorrow. There will be a high school scoreboard show. I guess it'll be another preview show.
It will be, yeah. We'll talk a little bit about those matchups in football again, but then, like you said, JC, you'll be on the road, but then I'll have a couple of basketball coaches talking about how their season's going to look out.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe we'll be done by 10:45 tomorrow.
All right. Once again, thanks to Sarah Automotive. Go to sarahkalkaska.com or sarahgaylor.com. They have a huge tire sales going on at both of those stores. I know the snow hasn't flown yet, but mark my words, it will.
It will.
And you better have the right tires on your car, or just get a new car.
There you go.
Sarah Ford in Gaylord and Kalkaska. Over to Infinity Sports Radio here on Up North Sports Radio. Well, maybe not.
It will be momentarily. These darn computers.
Yes, sir.
Oat, you have a very flexible schedule.
You're a tour guide.
You're a tour guide, bro.
On the Infinity Sports Network.
Welcome back into the show. Right?